What it do, people? This your girl, Miss Danny Baby, back one more again with another video. I'm going to show you guys some footage of this guy, Stevante Clark, who's the brother of the Stephen Clark dude that died in Sacramento by a cop shooting about a month ago. And for the last several weeks, I've been avoiding this dude, Stevante Clark, like the plague, because he just unsettled my spirit. I saw like a minor, like few seconds of the clip where he was being interviewed by the guy on CNN, Don Lemon. And I was like, oh my God, I cannot. So, because his energy was just all kinds of cray-cray. So, yet again, black women are being given examples of why we have to slow down on birthing, because we're putting out a bad product, ladies. I know that sounds a little bit harsh and it's difficult to hear, but we're producing offspring that is defective. Black women and black men alike, but it's very prominent in a lot of our black male children, as I will show you in just a second with this Stevante Clark character. He's very unstable. Statistics show that black men in America are 20% more likely to display traits of having mental illness anyway. Now, there are a lot of reasons behind that, but if there was ever an example of a reason why we should slow down our birthing, not only are we seeing it displayed in mental illness in men and the children that we produce, but also a lot of the sisters are dying in childbirth. It's like the universe is telling you, it's time to slow down. You're overproducing a product that is having a hard time surviving. You're dying 3 times the rate of white women in these hospitals. Now, don't get me wrong. There's arguably, racism at play, because a lot of times black women are giving birth in hospitals that are not on par with some of the more state-of-the-art hospitals, like in suburban areas and whatnot. But even still, there are women that give birth in the bush, out in tribal communities overseas, that have better birth rates than black American women are here. So again, it's the universe telling you, slow down. You're doing something wrong. You're passing on a legacy of pain, mental disorder, and men that are incapable of existing successfully in this realm. They're crying out to you. So I'm gonna just play a few clips, and I want you ladies to think about that, and give your comments below. This is crazy.
What's your agenda? What's your agenda? What is your agenda? Answer me now. You want to be rich? You want dick? What do you want, bitch?
Love.
You want love.
You know, keep your brother's legacy.
Is that what you want? Is that your agenda?
Yes.
Why the fuck you always sleep? Answer me! Why the fuck are you always sleep? What? What I tell you about sleep? Sleep when you're what? What? Only thing that comes with me that sleep is a what? So why the fuck you talking about sleep, bitch? If you answer me, I'm gonna burn this house down right now. You got 3 seconds before I burn the house down. 3 seconds.
You want
I will burn this house down right now. You don't think I will? Answer me.
Never said you wouldn't.
Hand me the lighter. Hand me the fucking lighter right now. I want to see pain, huh? So we can get some rest. He has 1 hour before I burn the house down. Get the fuck in the room. Pastor Godot, you got 1 hour, Pastor Godot, before I burn the fucking house down. Okay? If you don't come in the next hour, I'm burning the house the fuck down.
This motherfucker is crazy. On to the next video. Okay, here he is now after escalating threats and violence with his roommate, which is where he was in the other house. He's not getting along with his roommates. This dude, he's done for. So now he was arrested, and this is how he's acting while he's in the jail. It's a little hard to hear.
I don't know why.
Everybody has an agenda.
I don't know.
Look at his face. Paranoid.
And more specifically about coming up today and the case as it continues, what are your feelings about that? You're facing some felony charges and misdemeanor charges as well. I'm asking how you feel. I don't know if your lawyer would comment on that. But have you talked to... Is there anything else that you want to add that I haven't asked you already?
His mother failed him. And I'm not trying to jump on black women. But look at this. How did your child grow up to be so fucking unstable? We have to stop giving birth to insanity. Everybody loves everybody. Look at his eyes, y'all. He's done. Nigga, you show all the way out at your home with your roommate. Now you trying to say it's all love.
My brother's gone, and they're trying to pay me. Like, they're trying to say, okay, no, I don't want your money. Give it to them. They need it. So I'm a mental health advocate. I'm not mental
Boy, stop. While you was up in the store with the money phone, we saw you. Delusions.
Nobody's going to help. My grandmother has never been out shopping. The National Action Network has failed us. NAACP has failed us. Matt Barnes, Chris Webber, DeMarcus Cousins, Megan Good, T.I., if you don't, Colton Kaepernick, President Obama, they all have an agenda. If you don't serve their agenda, you know what they tell you?
I don't know.
That's what they tell you. Except they don't use those words. They don't use those words. You understand? Nobody cares about Sacramento. They want to bring the little cameras to New York here. They want to exploit our pain. They go back to New York and edit it. And they put it on TV. It's not happening. They will not exploit Sacramento.
No, nigga! No, nigga! So yeah, here's a quick little video. This little dude in the neighborhood store. Looks like one of those little bodellos or whatever they call them. Here in the Midwest, we call them like corner stores or neighborhood stores. This dude is straight flossing money donated to them, his family, holding up bricks of money, but talking about what all he gonna give to the people, smiling like a little slave. His emotions are all over the place. Look at him clowning. I just can't take this dude. And here's the last little clip I'm going to show you guys of this dude. He gonna straight go off on people.
Don't come out here and try to fucking exploit my family. Y'all hear me? Do you hear me talking to you? Do you hear me talking to you? Are you patronizing me right now? No,
He's eating. He's eating. He's eating.
Do you understand me? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will not allow it, okay?
I am.
Stephon Clark. You will not exploit my family, okay? Do you understand me? Say yes or no. Yeah. No, stop. Listen. Stop. Hey. Stop. You guys will not exploit my family. Do you understand me? Do you understand me?
He is so...
I am.
Do you?
He's too much.
Do you?
I
Do
am.
you? Do you?
Come on.
Do you? Do you? You will not exploit my family, right? Do you? You what the fuck you do? Do you?
Come on. I am.
If you touch me, shut the fuck up, fucking. Hey, y'all can't.
Dude gotta yoke his little ass up.
Fucking ugly.
Probably weigh like 95 pounds.
It's good, it's good, it's good, it's good.
Straight earth disturber, though.
It's good, Auntie.
It's the meeting.
I said, don't scare me like that.
I think his mom is the lady in the red wig. I understand having a brother get killed can be stressful, but this dude, he's acting like a toddler. If somebody maced his ass or jumped on him because he's out terrorizing the public,
You know how you just scared me?
I'm sorry.
then they'd say the person was wrong.
You know how you just... Shut up. You know how you just scared me? You know how you just
Shut the
scared
door.
me?
Jamie, shut the door. Jamie, please. Jamie.
Get up. You want to go see your brother?
Please. Shut the door. Can y'all shut the door? We family. All right. We're back. Let's
This is a bad look.
All right,
This is a bad look. Thank you. Thank you. No, you need to calm down. Don't make this a spectacle. That's right.
It's them.
No, that was you. That was you. Stop.
Now that's one thing his mom had right. That's him. You know what? I bet you 9 times out of 10, his dad, him and Stephen Clark's dad, had some type of mental instability going on. Ladies, just because a dude looks good, just because he's fly, just because his sex game is on point, or whatever it is that you like about him, just because he makes you laugh, just because he got a few dollars, doesn't mean that you should reproduce with said man. So a lot of this is on us. Yeah, there are a lot of ain't shit men. That's a whole nother show. It's a whole nother show. But as far as us birthing creatures like this that are unstable, woman hating, black woman hating, they despise your image, and to be arrogant enough to think that your ovaries alone is just gonna save the race. Your son won't be tainted by this bad energy out here because you just that girl. You just that girl. Your offspring is all right. You can reproduce with the most unstable of men, and it's gonna be okay. No, that's your arrogance and your ego talking. When you have a child, that is a huge burden and spiritual contract that you have to take very seriously. You have to plan for it, not only financially, and financially is a huge component, but also you have to think about it mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Is the man that you're going to partner with to have this child stable? Is his bloodline stable? Or do they have a lot of negative situations going on? You have to take that into consideration. Does the man have a lot of addiction problems, emotional problems, mental problems? All of that must be taken into consideration. So yes, you as the mom, you have to consider that. And I don't know if still in 2018, a lot of women of childbearing age are not clear on all the birth control methods that are available. If I have to make a video showing you guys what's all out there, I'll do so. Anything to help. But what black women need to do to better themselves is heal themselves from the inside out, from top to bottom. Get themselves spiritually right before you even consider bringing a new life into this world. And that's boy or girl. But like I said before, these males, they're decomposing. They're straight losing their ever friggin' lasting minds. These stats are really, really sad. It's really, really sad. It's 13.2% of us in the U.S., which is about 45 million people in the U.S. are considered black. But 20% are more mentally disabled, more mentally unstable compared to whites. And then it's saying here that adult black African Americans living below the poverty level are 3 times more likely to report serious psychological distress. And think about it. A lot of mothers are not planning for their children. They're having them on government assistance or WIC and welfare. I'm not saying don't get benefits if you need them, but why even reproduce in them situations? Babies are not supposed to be living and surviving in poverty. Yeah, a lot of women want to have babies. I know that's a not natural urge with women. I am a woman. I understand these urges. But just because you can have a baby doesn't mean that you should. And if that is really ultimately your goal, you really want to be a mommy, and you really from the bottom of your heart want to have children, then you need to plan for it. Look at this, 3 times more likely to report serious psychological distress when they're below the poverty level. And many African Americans out of that 45 million are living in poverty. They're not balling out here. It says that we're less likely to die from suicide as other teenagers, but more likely to attempt suicide. Go figure. All this rap music, this death culture, ladies, I appeal to you. I'm not trying to jump down your throat, but this dude, he's all kinds of freaking crazy. And he was born through some woman's womb. That's the tragedy of it all. And we put so much on these dudes, like they gonna be the next Martin Luther King. This boy ain't about to be the next Martin Luther King. Look at him. Look at him. But yeah, I'm done with this mess. Leave your thoughts in your comments. Miss Danny Baby.